what we do, and we make sure we keep our eyes out. As such the case Friday, a citizen did keep his eyes out. And it looks like what happened Friday at 3:30 in the afternoon, the Country Mart downtown. 3 robbery suspects went to the store. 2 of them entered at gunpoint with their mask on their face, covering their face. Went in there, put them down to the floor with a gun to their head, and took money and cash and wallets from everybody in there, and then left the scene. Now, the good news is we caught them, okay? Because a citizen looked over and saw something that didn't look right. He saw a car backed up with the doors open, and he noticed 2 people walking out with masks on their face, get in the car. Rather than just call it in, here's your sign. So, rather than just call it in with the license plate number and the description of the vehicle, he took the initiative and the fortitude to follow this suspect, an armed suspect. He followed at a distance, of course, but he did let dispatch know where the car was. So by doing that, Officer Edmonds is back there. She's here with us today, and myself, we made the scene. We were able to catch up with the suspects before they got to Brookshire. Brookshire assisted in the scene, and we were able to take them down at gunpoint. Now, one of them ran out into the field. Thank you. One of them ran out into the field, and it was a very intelligent move on Brookshire's part. The dog, Bell, searched extensively for this person, but we couldn't find him. It was 115 degrees out there, and we knew the guy was going to be hot. So we identified the 3rd suspect by the 2 suspects that we caught. They let us know who he was. We found a mugshot on him. He's obviously been arrested before. He was out on probation for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. He was actually out on parole. I apologize. So he just got out of prison for 5 years, and he's back at it again. So Brookshire took it upon themselves to make a flyer with the suspect's face and put it at all the convenience stores. And they said, look, somebody's going to be really thirsty when they come out of this field. And sure enough, guess what? 8 hours later, he exited the field and went to the first convenience store to get a drink. And they called us and said, guess who's in the store? He's here now. So we were able to catch the 3rd suspect. So now, that's scary enough, but this is very unusual. I came from the city of Houston. I have 34 years of law enforcement experience, so I came from the city of Houston. So I experienced a lot of robberies in my career, but it's very rare to actually catch the robber in progress. But Fulshear, I'm so proud of my officers out here. They're amazing. They really are. They really take pride in this city. They're very, very proactive, and they're very experienced. So I'm very proud of my officers out here, and I get choked up when I talk about it because I truly am proud of them. This month, month of July, at the beginning, we had a robbery that happened in Fort Bend County at the Exxon station on 723. They put it out over the broadcast. My officer, before he headed in, his name's Charlie Scott, he decided to go by our Shell station at the McDonald's just to make sure that they're okay before he headed in for the day. And by doing that, guess what he came across? He came across that same suspect with a piece of cardboard in front of the license plate, getting ready to go in there and rob that store. So guess what? They caught him too. Okay? That's one other one. So that's 3 we've had. So the 3rd one at Weston Lakes, a gentleman was leaving Weston Lakes, getting ready to go to work at 4:30 in the morning. A suspect was standing there with a rifle and put it to his head and said, get out of the car, I'm taking your car. Now this is in the county, but it's in Weston Lake, so it's close to us. So I tell my officers that if it's close, go out there and do what you can until the county gets there, okay? Because the county has their hands full. They're very, very busy. It's a very busy community out there in the county. So they're running from call to call. So my officer, Kevin Z-Chain, went out there, looked around, didn't see the suspect, knew what the car looked like, was heading back to Fulshear, looked to his left in Simonton. Guess what he saw? He saw the car. He pulled around on the car. The guy jumped out, tried to hijack another car. The guy locked his door so the suspect couldn't get in. The officers struggled with him. They went to the ground. They fought. He handcuffed him, put him in jail, waited for county. We caught him. So all 3 robbery suspects, we had 5 robbery suspects caught in the month of July. And just so you know, the rifle was 3 feet away from them during the struggle. So I'm proud that the officers didn't get hurt. Nobody got hurt. No incidents occurred. And Not the suspects didn't get hurt, and the officers didn't get hurt. So I'm very proud. So I just want to say something about Donnie, my brother. Many of you don't know. Some of you may not know that's my brother. And I spent 20 hours on that investigation Friday. We didn't leave until 2 in the morning. I started at 7 that morning. We spent 20 hours, almost 20 hours. And then I was supposed to go out to eat with my wife that night. Well, my brother stepped in. But I say that because I want to tell you this. I asked my wife the next day, I said, hey, did you enjoy your dinner? They went to Lupi Tortillas. And I said, did you enjoy your dinner with my brother? And she said, yes, I did. It was fun. I'm sorry you couldn't be there. And I said, well, what did y'all talk about? And I kid you not, I'm not making this up. She goes, you know, Mike, all he talked about was the chamber. Did I not tell you that yesterday? All he talked about was the chamber. So I just want to say he breathes it and lives it as well as I breathe and live this job here protecting and serving the citizens of Fulshear and the area around us. So I'm really proud to be here. I'm proud to be part of this community. I'm proud to be part of you guys. So I appreciate all the community service you guys give back to our city. When we need something at the police department, we just put it out on Facebook. You'd be shocked how many people brought something to us. I needed a used refrigerator. I put it out on Facebook. Anybody throwing a refrigerator out? Next thing you know, Best Buy is showing up with a brand new refrigerator. Amazing community. Thank you. Speaking of amazing, I want to give one more props to Gallery Furniture. I've got Mike Martin. Mike, would you come up here, please? Come on up here, Mike. Now, when we first moved into our new station, which is actually in this parking lot just down the street, we were in need of, we had furniture, but it was really old. The last